Hello, hi, welcome to another video. Today we are going to discuss about lightning and lightning protection systems. You may be well aware of the impacts produced by the lightning in our surroundings. Let's go into the video and see more about lightning and lightning protection system. Now let's see what is lightning. Lightning is a naturally occurring electrostatic discharge during which two electrically charged regions in the atmosphere or the ground are temporarily equalizing themselves, causing the instantaneous release of energy, which is as much as 1 gigajoule of energy. This discharge may also produce a wide range of electromagnetic radiation from a very hot plasma, which is created by the rapid movement of electrons to brilliant flashes of visible light in the form of blackbody radiations. As you can see here, the electrons are concentrated in the sky, which is right above the tree. And as the tree is the tallest or the point which is nearest to the sky in that area, electrons will attract the protons near to the top of the tree and will try to ionize them, which will end up in a sudden flow of electrons, resulting in lightning. How lightning is affecting human beings and other equipments. There are two major outcomes for lightning. One is lightning strike and the other is thunder. Let's see it in detail. First one is lightning strike. When lightning strikes an object, it will be experiencing heat and magnetic forces of great magnitude. And the second one, thunder. Because the electrostatic discharge of terrestrial lightning superheats the air into plasma temperatures along the length of the discharge channel in a short duration. As the kinetic theory dictates, the molecules undergo rapid increase in pressure and thus expand outwards from the lightning, and it will create a shock wavelength of audible, which is audible as thunder. What you are seeing in the screen is another demonstration of how a lightning occurs. Ionization and the subsequent discharge of charges will result in lightning. It will continue until the charges are equalized. Let's see how a lightning protection system is protecting a building from lightning. What you are seeing in the screen demonstrates the requirement for a well-designed lightning protection system in every building. Coming to the first one, where there is no lightning protection system, lightning will be directly striking the top of the building and will cause damage to the building. And in the second one, you can see the building is protected with a lightning protection system using mesh method, and hence the lightning will be directly striking the top of the mesh, which will provide low resistance path for the lightning flashes, and it will be protecting the system from damages. The components in a lightning protection system can be classified into four. First one is air termination devices. The second one is the grounding or the down conductors. The third one is the grounding systems. And the fourth one is the surge protection devices. Before going into the detail, let's see all the items in a single frame. In the system, we are using steel reinforcement bar within the building structure as the down conductor. All the items are independently numbered starting from 1, and let's see all the items one by one. First one is the air termination rod, and the second one is the horizontal air terminations. Third one is the down conductor. Fourth one is the T-joints of the conductor. Fifth one is the cross type joints for the conductor. And sixth one is the steel reinforcement bar which we are using as a down conductor. Seventh one is the test link point, and eighth one is a looping of all the down conductors at the test link point to enable the equipotential surface to ensure the equal flow of current in all the down conductors. Now let's see air termination devices. Air termination devices serve the system function of accepting the direct lightning strikes. Any metallic body which is 3 by 6 inch thick or more projecting above the structure will be accepting the lightning strikes without burning through. The shape of the air termination device doesn't have any impact on receiving the lightning strikes. The role of the air termination system is to capture the lightning discharge and dissipate it harmlessly to the earth via down conductor. Air termination points shall be installed on corners, exposed points, and edges of structure. There are three basic methods recommended for determining the position of air termination system. First one is the rolling sphere method, second one is the protective angle method, and third one is the mesh method, which is also termed as Faraday's cage method. Let's see each in detail. First one is the rolling sphere method. This method is a simple means of identifying areas of the structure that needs protection. The basic concept is rolling a sphere over the structure, and where the sphere touches the building, that point is prone to airstrikes. The diameter of the sphere is calculated based on the level of protection required. This method is suitable for determining the zones of protection for all types of building especially those having complex geometry can be well analyzed using this technique. As we discussed, this method covers also for the side airstrikes. We are considering two cases, one building with a height less than 60 meter and another with a height greater than 60 meter. In the first one, you can see the sphere touching three areas. First on the top of the first building, second on the top of the second building, and third on the corner of the second building. In the second one also, wherever the sphere is touching the structure are noted. And wherever the sphere touches the structure, air terminations are to be provided to protect the building from lightning. Now you can see the diameter of the sphere based on the class of protection based on IEC 62305 is considered as, for the level 1 protection, the diameter of the sphere considered need to be 20 meter, and for level 2 protection the diameter to be 30 meter, and for the level 3 protection the diameter of the sphere need to be 45 meter, and for the level 4 protection the diameter of the sphere need to be 60 meter. And now comes the protective angle method. It's a mathematical simplification of rolling sphere method. The protective angle is the angle between tip of the vertical rod and a line projected down to the surface on which the rod sits. The protective angle method afforded by a vertical rod is clearly a three-dimensional concept where rod is assigned a cone of protection. This method is commonly used for simple-shaped buildings. The protective angle and the height of the rod for various levels of protection can be arrived from the table, which is derived from the IEC 62305. As you can see here, the coordinates can be taken for any level of protection, and from that, the height of the rod and the angle of the protection can be calculated. For the class 1 protection, for an angle alpha is equal to 20 degree, the height of the rod need to be 20 meter. And for class 2 protection, for an angle alpha is equal to 20 degree, height of the rod need to be 30 meter. And for class 3 protection, for an angle alpha is equal to 20 degree, the height of the rod need to be 45 meter. For an alpha is equal to 20 degree, for class 4 protection, the rod need to be 60 meter. Now, we can see the protection provided by protective angle method. In the first case, the rod is placed at the center of the building and the angle of protection provided by the cone covers the entire area. The second one, which is placed near the corner of the building, covers the entire building and protect the building from side air strikes also. The third lightning protection system method is the mesh method. This is the most commonly used method. This method is suitable where the air termination conductors must be placed at the roof edges. No metal installation shall be protruded above the air termination. The class of the lightning protection system and the dimensions of the mesh as per IEC 62305 are given in the table. For the class 1 protection, a 5 meter by 5 meter mesh is required, and for the class 2 protection, a 10 meter by 10 meter mesh is required, and for class 3 protection, a 15 meter by 15 meter is required, and for class 4 protection, a 20 meter by 20 meter mesh is required. After the air termination systems, down conductors comes into the picture. Down conductors perform the current carrying functions from air termination devices to the grounding system. The down conductor need to be routed smoothly as the lightning will place significant mechanical stresses on down conductor, sharp corner or bends which can be damaged or lightning can arc over these areas. Nowadays, steel bars in the concrete structure are being used as a down conductor and the same will be tapped at the ground level to provide grounding. The points used for connecting steel bars to the earth are normally called as test points. All the down conductors are looped through the test points to provide low resistance path for the electrical current. This is a typical connection of a test point for tapping the down conductor which are routed through the steel reinforcement. The same method also can be used for the down conductors which are routed externally to the building. There will be a test link box where the tapping from the reinforcement will be connecting to a common terminal where the looping from the adjacent grounding system will be interconnected. These are the typical supporting devices used for supporting the down conductor. It can be clamps or insulators or things which can safely pass our lightning surges to the grounding system without causing any damages to our building or the structure. Now let's see the selection of materials for a lightning protection system. The material used for the lightning protection system should be resistant to corrosion and they must be protected from accelerated deterioration as many systems will be exposed to atmosphere and climate. Current carrying capacity should be very high and also the combination of materials that form electrolytic couples in the presence of the moisture shall not be used. The third major component in lighting protection system are grounding system. Each down conductor cable shall terminate to a grounding electrode connection which is dedicated for lighting protection system. Grounding system have got a vital role in the dispersion of the lighting current safely and effectively into the ground. A good grounding system have following features: low electrical resistance and good corrosion resistance. Since the splitting of the lighting current along the multiple path begins at the strike termination point and follows through the conductor system to the ground, the difference in the values of the electrodes can upset this function. An in-ground loop solves this potential problem and provides extensive wire network to enhance the grounding system. This is a typical arrangement for a small house where you can see air termination system using the protective angle method are used here. The down conductors are routed through the external of the building to safely carry the lightning surges to the ground at an earth point. Normally, the looping of the earth point are done through the soil at a depth of 50 cm from the finished level. The fourth major component of lighting protection system are surge protection system. These are the protection system used within a building. Such protection devices are designed to limit the transient overvoltages of atmospheric origin and divert the current waves to earth so as to limit the amplitude of the overvoltage to a value which is not hazardous for the electrical installation, electrical switchgear and the control gear. These are connected parallel to the electrical system and have got a very high impedance. This is the typical SPD. The maker of the SPD is OBO. OBO is one of the leading brands providing a range of solutions for lighting protection system. All the rated parameters of the SPD are noted down in the SPD itself. As you can see, there is a green indication in the front side of the SPD. Once the life of the SPD is over, the green indication will turn to red automatically. This is all about the basics of lighting protection system. Hope the video was informative and you might have enjoyed watching the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe my channel. I will be uploading videos of similar nature very shortly. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.